Good morning. Hi, Jackie. It's Leanne Peters here. I'm from Temple of Balance, and I apologise for being a couple of minutes late. I've just been doing our card reading video on Facebook, and that will be up on my YouTube later today. So, this is our personal healing event for some of my patrons for September 2025. So thank you to my patrons who support my work. And if it wasn't for you, a Temple of Balance would not be here. I can guarantee that. So as a patron, all of my patrons, I thank you so much for your support. You really, truly help Temple of Balance continue to be here. So thank you so much. So my plan for this particular video is that I have 4 people on my personal healing list today, and I've got your names here in my trusty froggy pot, and I'll be plucking your names out at random, and then I'll be connecting with you. So I'll be working in conjunction with my healing energy cards. I've got my healing energy cards deck 1 and deck 2 combined, so I have 110 big huge whopping cards here in my hand. So I'll be pulling a card at the beginning and the end of each connection, each of the 4 connections that I'm making today. And then in between the card pull, I'll be connecting with each person for approximately 10 minutes. And I'll be tuning in to whatever's loudest in your energy if I'm connecting with you. And I will interpret and share what I'm picking up as best as I can. Hopefully it resonates and supports you. I do trust in the way that I connect, and I trust in the unfolding. So I just really do trust in the unfolding. I just sort of let it happen. I trust in what I'm feeling at the time. I know how it feels to be in my body. I know what it feels like to be me, because I'm very aware and attentive to how I'm feeling in myself. So as I tune into people, I start feeling different things in my body that I know are not mine. And I start getting visuals and things like that I trust, and have to then figure out the best words to describe what I'm feeling to keep the energy moving. So if I don't quite get the right interpretation, the energy stays a little stuck, and then I feel around for the best word or the best words, and then the energy moves, and then it moves to something else. So I know that I'm hopefully reasonably on track with what I'm saying, because the energy will move. If the energy doesn't move, if I don't feel it move, then I'm not quite right with my interpretation. So then sometimes I'll look at it from another angle, or I'll start asking questions. That's just the way that I work with the energy, and I have done for a long time. So I guess it's a way that I've figured out that works for me. And the way that I do my connections is absently, it's distantly. It's like this: I don't have you sitting in front of me. I'm not talking to you on the phone. So I have to really fully trust in myself and the way I interpret the energy and my intuition to be able to hopefully make some good connections. And I trust that unless I hear otherwise, that hopefully it makes sense and resonates. So I think that's all I really need to say to start with. So enjoy. If you're waiting for your name to be pulled, then I trust that something shared will support you that in other people's guidance and connection. And if you're not on the healing list, I do trust you've been led here for a reason. And often, in fact, I get quite a lot of emails from people saying that this guidance that was for someone really resonated with me. It was like you were speaking to me. So I do trust that you've been led here for a reason. So if you're open and willing and able to listen, not only with your ears, but listen with your heart and listen with your body, you will know what is right for you. So I'll trust my intuition, you trust yours, and then we meet in the middle. So let's see who's first on my list today. We've got this person here, and it is Nicki Mohler. Nicki, please take a nice big breath. I can feel a lot of love coming out from my heart to yours, Nicki. Take a nice big breath, please, and let's see which card gets us started today. The best card is this, Healing Energy Cards, Deck 2. Oh, this is the love. Look at this, card 80, Offering. This is perfect, and this is pretty close to what I was feeling that I just said. 80 offering. It's in the rest category, so it's like a receiving sort of energy. Down here it says love, blessings, relationships, support, gentleness, softening harsh situations, accept the offering, do the offering, opening, gift, blessing, and beauty. So this is love. This is pure love. It's coming into you, it's coming out of you. But I really feel it coming into you. So you're being really encouraged to be open to receiving all that love and that support. And if more love's coming in, how can you open further to let more of that love in? Because if it's a big stream of love, but the opening's only this big, like a bottleneck, then all the love that could potentially be coming in is being bottlenecked and only coming in a small ratio or a small portion of that love. So the more you can open up, let's say like that bottle, the more you can open up yourself to and expand your capacity to love, you actually allow more of that love that's coming in to be able to come in, rather than it just sort of washing away. So if you've got this huge stream of love, which it feels like there is this huge stream of love, how does it feel? It feels like a wind or a breeze, and it feels like it's coming in almost like someone's got a fire hose on, but it's not that quite that strong. It's like a wind, but like a hose. Doesn't feel wet. It's more windy, and it's just coming in here into the front of your heart, Nikki. And so if you can open your heart to the size of this love that's streaming in, then you'll be able to receive all the love that you can receive and all the love that's been offered. If your heart is small or closed, even if it feels wide, if it's not as wide as that energy coming in, then you're missing out on a lot of that love that's coming in. So what I feel like I want to do with your energy, Nikki, is really open your heart. So if the energy that's coming in is about as wide at the width of your shoulders and your heart's about this open, I really want to be able to push your heart open to the width of your shoulders so you can really feel this love and receive it. And the more you can receive, the more you're going to be able to give. So it's a balance thing too. It's not that, oh yes, I'm being selfish to be able to, selfish wanting to receive all of this love that's coming in. But it is a balance. The giving and receiving always goes together. So if you're letting yourself receive as much love as you can, then you're going to be able to give as much love as you can give. And we could say that that will come out equally as what you're allowing yourself to receive. So if you're receiving this much love through your heart, but this much has been offered, but let's say you're receiving this much, then you're only going to be able to give out this much too. So what I'd like to do is really stretch open your hearts. And it does feel like stretching open, like your heart, if it's about this big, so about the size of what, a bowl or a small plate. If it's about this big, which is quite large, but we want to bring it out to your shoulders. I feel like I want to really stretch it across, stretch it up and down. So really stretching up almost, well, past through your throat chakra down to your solar plexus chakra and expand this. So you've got this big, huge medicine ball kind of shoulder width area here at your heart. So stretching, like just stretching and pulling your heart open, and almost feels like cutting things out. So cutting out the barriers and the walls and the obstacles and the defenses that you've got keeping your heart smaller, cutting those out as well. I feel like things are being cut away so that you can really let the love in and feel yourself receive it. So feeling your heart stretch open, being cut open, we could say, so that you can receive this love that's been offered. And as your heart's now open to this capacity, it's stretched out here. I feel this calm coming in, like something feels really right about this energy and feels really right about this love that's coming in, that you're letting yourself receive. It's coming into you. Where's it coming from? That might be a good question to ask. Well, I can feel a lot that's coming from me, but I also feel there's a lot coming like accumulated. Other people that think well of you and think the best of you and want the best for you. Other people that may not express it, but also really love you and you're really important to them. Your loved ones in spirit, sending you streams and streams of love. So that's coming in as well. The things that are good about your life, I feel like these, and the things that you love bring love back to you. The things that you love and appreciate about people and things in your life, the things that you enjoy, the comforts of your life, the things that you love offer you love. So all these things accumulated are bringing love in, and you must need this stream of love for it to be coming in so strongly, and this beautiful open heart. So this love that's coming in is feels like it's calming, and it brings a lot of peace, and not just comes into your heart. Once it comes into your heart, it distributes throughout your body. So it goes down to your torso, it goes up to your head, it comes out your arms, out your fingertips, and into the things that you're doing to help give and offer to others. So as you give, and it's just like this cycle, it's a circle, it's a flow, it's a balance, it's this giving and receiving that's working together like wheels working together on a bicycle or something. The one wheel, if it was the only wheel working, would be doing all the hard work, but it's like the both of the wheels on the bicycle are working together, and you can go far with that relationship, the giving and receiving relationship. So the energy is coming in, it's distributing through your body, so up and down, but also across, out, down your arms, out to your hands as well, and just filling you up with love and appreciation for who you are and what you do and the effort that you put in to your relationships and the things in your life. And it's like an acknowledgement from spirit too of all the hard work that you do, and letting yourself receive that gratitude and receive that love, so that you can then offer that out in the things that you give and the things that you offer as well. So quite beautiful and just so nice. If you've got this deck, Nicki, you may want to go to card 80. It just feels so strong and so right, that card. So let's see which card we want to, with the best card to finish off this connection here for you, Nicki, is, well, let's go with this. It's another Healing Energy Cards deck 2, and it is Disintegration. Did you have this card during our equinox connection? It certainly came up a couple of times. I can't remember if you had it specifically or not. But 105, disintegration. Things falling apart so that they can come back together again in a new and better way. I can hear you saying this. You must have got this card. Release your hold. Release your hold. Yes, because the hold keeps things small. Your hold on things keeps things closed in some ways or at that same level. If you can surrender and open up and expand your capacity to love, which is just when you choose to expand your capacity to love, like the energy that shifts is deep and profound. And it might go on for a few months, but once you reach that space of expanded capacity, like the love that you can receive and the love that you give is just out of this world. It is so incredibly powerful. I went through about a 6-month phase probably of just constantly expanding my capacity to love, which was an expansion of the heart. And it is so powerful, but it's so confronting too, and really healing, because it reveals our insecurities and also our need to please other people or impress other people, perhaps. The things that keep our heart, our capacity to love limited, are revealed when we stretch open and expand our capacity to love. And working physical exercises and stretches, really opening up through the heart, like pulling the shoulders back, because we've got a front and the back of our heart, and pulling our shoulders and stretching open our shoulder blades. These types of movements are really powerful too for expanding our capacity to love. I recommend it to you if this resonates with you, anybody who's connecting. But releasing your hold, because the limitations that keeps everything constricted and small, all the same, without being able to expand and grow. The glue is melting. Transformation, so this is transforming something that feels like an obstacle into an opportunity, something that feels scary or fearful into love, that sort of thing. Reforming and the new. So disintegration, that's your card here at the end, which is this is a really powerful card. You might think, oh my God, disintegration. But it's actually really beautiful because it shows that something is shifting, something's transforming quite deep inside. And it does feel very personal. All this stuff that I've been talking about, Nikki, for you, feels like it's happening in you. So things that are very much internal, very much physical, perhaps even emotional, that are shifting and transforming and opening up and moving within you. So thanks, Nikki. I trust that resonates. Thanks for your support. Namaste. Okay, let's see who's next. Next on my list is this person. Oh, what a nice start. I'm feeling so much love here. Jane Corlett. Jane, please take a nice big breath and let's see which cards. Well, there's something exciting. Something exciting. I feel a bit like a jumpy beans as I connect with you, Jane. Something exciting, something uplifting, something exciting. Let's grab a card and see. Well, then I can dig a bit deeper. We've got Healing Energy cards, deck 2 again. And hi, Andrea. We've got card 81 called Traditions. Traditions, it's in the action category here. And it says endurance, wisdom gained, maturity, knowledge, research, elders, patriarch, learning from the past, passing of knowledge and values, stories and sharing. So this is like a traditional energy that's required. It's required in the balance of the progressive energy. So the tradition, the conservative energy to balance, it's like a balance between these two. I suppose if we look at like wing, left wing, right wing, we can't fly just with one. So we need to try and bring these energies together. So this is like the value, the traditional values that are coming in with this particular card, Jane. But I feel this jumping beans inside, and it feels like it comes up from like the hips up into your body, up towards your heart. I would say it's probably just tickling your heart, but it's very much in your belly, like this jumping bean energy. And I do feel like jumping beans, like the visual of them look like little jumping beans that are jumping. So there's some excitement or something. It's probably unsettling too, because it feels a little unsettling. But something's jumping inside you. Something's jumping for joy, jumping for excitement, anticipation perhaps about what's next or what you're doing or what you want to do moving forward. And there's something like these little jumping beans. They want to jump out of your body. They jump out through your navel for some reason and jump ahead onto your path, and then they embed themselves down into the earth in the path where you're just about to walk moving forward. So all these jumping beans are like lining up to jump out through your navel, which is quite the cartoon scene in my mind. And they're just jumping ahead, and then they're embedding themselves, anchoring themselves, dropping down into the earth in front of you. So if in front of you is your path where you're going. So this is your path where you're walking. Behind you is where the path that you've walked. So this is where you've come from 5 minutes ago, 5 years ago. Everything where you've walked is behind you, behind your back. And wherever you're facing, that's your forward path moving forward. So your path feels very straight. It doesn't feel like over here or over here. It feels straight, and these jumping beans are just like jumping out and planting themselves into the ground. And this is really good, a really good feeling of energy, because there's not only excitement behind this, so a willingness, a passion. We could even say passion, because it does feel quite a passion feeling, excitement. But these beans, these are seeds, and these seeds, they have been jumping and they're activating within you. So they've been sitting in you, perhaps dormant for some time, and something's activated them. Something's caused them to jump about and be eager to go and get planted. So something's jumping. There's maybe some ideas that you've been thinking about that are kind of bringing up some excitement within you, some passion, something perhaps like that, because these beans, which are seeds, now they're going and they're planting themselves into your future, and they're planting just like right down here at your feet, and some are jumping actually quite a distance ahead and then planting themselves down into the ground. So the ground feels fertile. The where you're about to walk feels fertile. It's fertile, lush ground. There are no weeds here. I feel like you've done your fair share, as we probably all have, of weed pulling and walking through the weeds in your life. But this feels clear. It's like you've cleared the weeds. There are no weeds ahead that I can see. It's just like freshly tilled soil, and it's lush and it's fertile, and it's welcome. It's welcoming the seeds. It's ready to be planted and have the seeds sown for the next season or the next phase of your life. So the seeds find their place. Like if you were throwing seeds out, they'd land where they need to. They'd embed down where they need to. They'd sprout and germinate when they need to, if they need to. Not all these seeds will sprout. Not all the seeds sprout. But the seeds that sprout, the seeds that need to sprout will. So they've embedded down into the ground. And it's like now a shower of rain just comes over and sort of moves across. So moves across from where you are, moves across into the front of you where these jumping beans, these seeds have landed and embedded themselves in their position on your path. Now just like this flurry of a shower of rain just flurries across from you, from your body here at the front, and just across to where the seeds are. This is a big downpour of rain, and as quickly as it's arrives as quickly as it goes. So it doesn't hover and hang. It just like this washing shower of rain and just moves across and down and away. So that's gone. So now the ground is wet, and the conditions are favourable, or will be favourable at the right time for these seeds to germinate and pop through the surface of and out into the open, the surface of the soil. So now what? So you've got these beans, these seeds planted. You're standing here. Feels to be a bit less excitement now because these jumping beans are out of you and they're down in the ground. So what can you do with them? Where can you plant them? What do you need to do? What action steps, what plans do you need to make for what's next? These might be things that you're thinking about, just part of that anchoring of that seed-like energy. But the excitement and the jumping bean energy has settled in your body, and there's just this sense of calm now, almost like a patience, a waiting, not waiting as in stopping yourself. It's just like a patience and this a slow moment to wait for the direction or the next directive, the next step, the next phase, the next action, the next step to take. So I feel like there's just this patience of just waiting for the next sign and the next directive. What do I need to do next? That sort of thing. And this calmness that's sweeping over your body. A calmness because these jumping beans are now out. They're out, they're planted on your path, and they will germinate and become things in your life as they need to. So this calm just feels really beautiful, and just holding into that. It feels very grounding, actually. There's a really grounded, nurtured feeling here, very supportive, very grounded. I feel very close to the earth as I connect with you. All right, let's see what you've got here to finish this off, Jane. Whoopsie. Okay, the best card to add here as we finish up. Oops. The cards there got jumping beans. Okay, the best card to add here for you, Jane, to finish this off, that's better, is another healing energy cards too, and it is. This is actually hilarious. This is so funny. Okay, you wait till you hear this. Card 107, Winter's Hibernation. It's in the rest category. And this is the illustration. It's the child's pose in yoga. Roots coming down. Anyway, it says body at rest. Relax, heal, mend, switch off, take a break, slow moving. Replenish your body, dormant, cave, seeds, waiting, seasons, and patience. This is literally like a seed. Like when I illustrated this years ago, it feels like a seed. So this is a body in the child's pose. So roots coming down. It's a seed. It's a seed that's recently planted. It's starting to get its roots down before it even grows any sprout. So the first thing it does is it gets some roots down. Then it starts sprouting. This is winter. This is a dormancy. This shows a patient energy and a waiting energy. So it's like waiting for the seeds to germinate, waiting for the next step to reveal itself, waiting for the green light to turn on. But it's not like an impatience. It's just like a phase. It's a cycle. It's a part of the journey towards germination of this seed and bringing something new to life. It's the slowing down of things. And this is what I feel in your body, especially now as the seeds are planted and the roots are going in, and then the next step will reveal itself. It's exactly this card. So that's incredible, actually. So thanks, Jane. I trust this resonates with you, and happy planting. We'll be planting the seeds for new beginnings tomorrow, so that will be very interesting. So, yeah, we're planting garlic, so could be warding off evil. But that's okay, that's for tomorrow. But thank you, Jane. Thanks for your support. I do trust this resonates. Okay, so we have 2 more people on the list. If you would like to be on the list for next month, you're very welcome. All you need to do is become a patron. Become a patron at the $50 level or higher, and you're automatically added to this healing event. So you're very welcome to do so. The link is in the video description. So next person is Susan Sonsteng. Susan, please take a nice big breath and let's see what comes up for you. So I'm feeling energy moving in your belly here, deep down in your sacral chakra. It doesn't feel that comfortable at the minute, but we'll just, in fact, it's moving around to the lower back. So it's like a pain or an energy that's moving at the sacral chakra, moving down. So moving out there, geez, hard to concentrate too, it feels. So moving around the front of your sacral chakra, around the back as well. There's a bit of a scattered energy and a heat, almost like a heartburn that's coming up from the heart up into the throat. Not feeling that comfortable at the moment. It just takes a nice big breath. Let's see which card we get, and then we'll dive into this energy. Another healing energy card, 2. Card 96. Raw emotion. Raw emotion. New hope entering after a period of sadness, loss, or disappointment. Broken heart, grief. Everything will work out. Trust in the bigger picture. So this is being awash with emotion. This yellow energy is like hope coming in, hope entering after, or hopefully after or during a period of sadness or darkness. That it's just raw emotion. It can also be that space that we go through when we don't understand what we're going through, and we don't understand perhaps why we feel this way or why we've reacted this way, and it can be just pure raw emotion. And we've just kind of got to ride it through until we get the clarity of, oh, okay, that's what that was, or and that's sort of like the light coming in that's revealing what's going on here. So sometimes this card comes up for that sort of energy too. Okay, so I'm just very much, there's a lot of energy that's happening down in your body here, Susan, that I'm picking up. So your sacral chakra, which is just below your navel, this is your chakra for emotional, sexual, creative energy. Feels heavy through here, it's heavy through the front, but it's moving around to the back as well, so the lower back. So this is talking about energy from the past, and this is most likely emotion that you've got stored around here. It kind of feels like a tire in a weird way, like the tire getting my attention here at the front, but then it moves around the sides and around to the back as well. So it's a bit like a really heavy tire, like a tractor tire, that just feels very heavy here, very circular, very much like a donut sort of shape. That's coming around, but very heavy, and it almost feels so heavy that it's sitting down on your hips. So this heavy tire energy sitting down on your hips, very much emotion. It feels like stored emotion that's been gathered and stored here over time. We could also say bottled up emotion that's been storing here. Now I'm just going to move away from that for a second, because there's also this energy that's still continuing to get my attention here through the heart and the throat, and it feels like a burning feeling that's rising up. So it's like a heartburn, I guess we could say, but it's quite up high in the heart, and it's moving up through the throat, and it wants to move out. So there's this burning energy that wants to move up from your heart and out. The burning energy makes me feel like a fiery energy, perhaps like an anger or a frustration or an agitation, one of those really fiery kind of emotions that perhaps is something that you feel, something that's hit you personally, something personal to you, something that has touched you deeply in perhaps quite a profound, maybe negative way. That is very heartfelt. So something that sort of sits here in the heart, and something that probably needs to be said, or something that needs to be cleared at the very least. But because it's coming up through the throat chakra, the throat is about communication and expressing ourselves and getting that energy out. And because the energy is moving, it feels like it's moving up and through, it tells me that it wants to come out, it wants to be shifted and moved, it wants to be cleared. And it's connected in with this kind of tire energy, this bottled up emotion that I'm feeling that's really sitting heavy on your hips, but it's very much around your sacral chakra. These are linked because they're coming up together at the same time. The feeling that these are linked together. So it's most likely perhaps something from the past, like a really strong, big emotional thing from the past, something that's been personal, something, and this is getting hotter now as I'm talking about this, something personal, it could be some type of betrayal or something that happened to you, some type of attack or some situation that really hit you in the heart and has perhaps stirred some type of fiery response. And it might not even be a response that you realize clearly, because sometimes it just comes out perhaps as a lashing out or an anger. And you're probably like, where did that come from? I didn't know I felt that. So it might not even be clear that it's an anger or a fiery energy, but it feels almost like a reaction, perhaps a reaction to what happened or that's built up over time. It's got to be something from the past because it's connected with the lower back, but it's also something playing out now. So something quite active still, even though it's probably sourced from the past. So as I'm talking about this, the energy is getting even hotter and it's really searing the throat. So it's almost like it's shifted up from the heart, the upper parts of the heart, and it's just kind of burning through here, almost like every word I speak is just like fire, and it's burning here, burning the throat as it sort of moves out. So what I would be doing, and what I recommend, Susan, and anyone else who's resonating with this in some way for you personally, is take some really big deep breaths and breathe and force out all the air, every single little bit of air from your body, force it out through your mouth and really feel it clearing this burny hot energy that's kind of wants to move here at your throat chakra, that wants to move out of your mouth, out of your throat, out of your heart, out of your body, so that you can move on, so that you can find your peace, is the feeling. So letting that go, starting to become a bit like a lump in the throat now, perhaps a bit less burny, although the burny feeling feels like it's moving back in the head, back towards the base of the skull. It's just kind of a weird feeling, almost like a really scratchy back of the throat. It's moving right back here to the base of the skull. The base of the skull is the back of the third eye chakra. So the front is here and the back goes back to the base of the skull. So this is showing that there's old trust issues that's connected here too. So the old trust issues are stirring, and they're also wanting to come out with this breath and with this expression. So it's an expressive energy that wants to get the energy moving. It wants to get it out. Now, while I let that do its thing, I'm going back down to this tire energy, which now feels very uncomfortable. So really heavy, really uncomfortable. And I just feel like I want to cut it. I want to cut it in two. So I imagine I've got some electric grinder or something, and I just cut down this tire at the front, cut down the tire at the back, and we lift the two halves off your hips here. So we just pull them off. It actually all cuts up and removes very easily, which tells me that you're ready. So we pull them out. We're holding these two half tires here. The hands are very activated with healing. So there's a lot of healing energy coming through with this. So healing to be able to let go. and to release and remove this energy that's been stored and backing up for so long, years perhaps. And now just dropping those half tires down to the ground where they soak up down into the earth and return back to love. And already there feels to be this air that's coming in around your middle, so around above your hips, around your sacral chakra, your lower back. It feels like air's coming in, like it felt very stuck before, but it feels like now air's starting to move. I can feel air moving around. It feels lighter. It also feels less bulgy like a tire. It feels more normal or more in alignment with your body, with your physical body, rather than sort of some addition. So it feels like things are shifting here. Things are moving out here. Things are settling here in their new way. Now, as that tire energy has moved, it's also shifted this energy here. And you could probably feel it because the energy feels like it's already settled through. So there's just been a big release and now the energy's settling. So there's a settling here through the throat, through the base of the skull, through the upper part of the heart, through your sacral chakra at the front, your sacral chakra at the back, which is your lower back, and also over your hips, because it showed that this, whatever it is that you carried here, Susan, that it affected your ability to move forward, because the hips are about moving forward. And for this to be so heavy on the hips, it's almost like dragging your feet with things, dragging yourself through things, and maybe even procrastinating or just not doing the things that you wanted to do, maybe talking yourself out of it because the hips would just feel like they were just so weighed down with this energy that it was affecting potentially the direction and your motivation to move forward and also out of the past. So there's now like a tingly energy that's coming up through your throat here, helping clear this energy here through your throat and helping you be able to say and realize, say what you need to say, but realize how you feel and realize what the problem was so that you can move forward with a clear conscience is the feeling. So that's that, Susan. I trust that makes sense. Let's grab a card to add here. It might take a couple of days for that energy to settle. So see how you go and drink lots of water. Listen to your body and be kind to yourself. Let's grab a card to add here to finish this off. Another Healing Energy Cards deck 2. And it is Remove the Mask, card 99. Wham! These cards are really punching. This says reveal the truth. So this is the throat chakra. This is all the throat chakra with the snake. Reveal the truth, uncovered, stop masking, real, don't pretend or distract yourself. Be honest, deep healing, true power emerging, and show yourself. This shows to me a transformation, a deep, deep healing. The snake's also very much about healing. It's about the throat chakra. It's about transformation, shedding your old skin and allowing your new skin to form, if you like. It's card 99, card 96. Very deep stuff, Susan. So nice and gently now as you let the energy settle and just keep letting it move as you need to. So thanks, Susan. Thanks so much for your support, and I do trust that this has resonated with you. Namaste. Okay, that means lucky last on our list is Jackie. I'm sure Jackie's still here. Take a nice big breath, Jackie, and let's see what comes up for you. Okay, so the energy I'm picking up now as I'm just starting to tune in with your energy, Jackie, is pushing forward at the shoulders. So it feels a bit like the shoulder blades, the back of the shoulders. Feels like a pushing forward and a slight heaviness there. We'll look into that more in a second. Or you've got the first Healing Energy card, deck 1. Excellent. And this is so funny because this card jumped out before when the cards decided to have jumping beans, and it just flipped over then. And so I noticed it a second time, and then it's just pulled as our first Healing Energy card from the first deck for this whole entire healing journey today. So card 52, soothing. It's been waiting for you, Jackie. It's in the depth category, so it pulls you deeper, deeper down into yourself. It says emotional soothing, exploration, and stabilizing. Welcome contentment into your heart and life. Heart healing and opening, and gently, gently. So it's soothing, it's things calming down. It feels like in the heart. It feels like a contentment, like a heart. Contentment in your heart. Okay, so speaking of your heart, we're going around to the back of your heart at your shoulder blades. So your shoulder blades are at the back of your heart. So at your heart chakra at the front and in between your shoulder blades. It's kind of like your upper back is the back of your heart. So this is the area that's getting my attention and got my attention first. So I'm going back there because it's still getting my attention. It feels like there's a heaviness here, but also a pushing forward, which is very interesting. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of heavy shoulders I've connected with in the past. It tends to be the place where we carry burden. So I feel like there's some burden here. There's some burden that you carry over the back of your heart that feels slightly heavy, but I felt a lot heavier. I felt people carrying like huge planks of wood directly on their shoulder. This is not that heavy compared to some that I felt, but it does feel like there's some burden that you potentially carry over your heart, especially right back there in the past. So, some of the shoulder burdens I feel are quite on top of the shoulders, and some of them are more at the back. This is more at the back. It makes me feel like it's a burden from the past. Because it's in the back of your body, it tends to talk about the past. A burden in the back of your body, a burden from the past that you still carry with you. It feels like something that you perhaps feel that you've done wrong, or maybe you've regretted, or something that you kind of think, oh, I should have handled that situation differently, or I didn't tell this person how I really felt and now it's too late, or there's just something like this that feels like it hangs around with this energy, and it hangs around, creates a bit of a heaviness, and it's a bit like, it's slightly like a Klingon energy. And what I mean by that, like how I'm seeing it, is if you were in an apartment and you somehow fell out of the window, but you're able to hang on to the window ledge, and you're just hanging on by your fingertips. So it feels like there's something just clinging on to the edge, almost like that's almost completely been cleared out, but there's just this last little cling on energy that's just clinging here just by the fingertips on the edge of the windowsill of your shoulder blades, that's just hanging there. And there's just something that just needs to happen to clear this off. But it's hard, isn't it? Because it actually feels like this is a person. It actually feels like this is a person that's clinging on, and there's something that feels difficult about. And it makes me feel emotional, actually, because it almost feels like you're pushing someone out the window, like almost down to their death. But that feels overly dramatic too. It doesn't feel like that's the way it is, but that's how it feels. So there's something that it feels very resistant and difficult about getting this weight off the burden off the back of your shoulders here. So what we need to do is, I imagine this person, it must be connected with a person from your past. It has to be. So I imagine this person that's sort of just clinging on here. There's a very heavy energy that's coming around the head too. I feel this has really worried you because it feels just so heavy here, and very heavy over the eyes, almost like I don't want to see this, or I don't want to see that this is how it is, or something like this. It feels very heavy over the eyes, very heavy over the head. So there's a mental energy that's coming in quite heavy here now. And something's shifting to my throat. So there's probably something that needs to be said, or something that needs to be realised, perhaps for you, Jackie, something to realise. But what I visualise is that this person, whoever this is, feels like a male. It feels like someone younger than you. I imagine that they grow wings here coming out of that same area in your back, coming out of their back, in between the shoulder blades is this set of wings. Looks like dragonfly wings to me. Dragonflies to me are a symbol of illusion. There's something feels real or seems real but actually isn't. So that's interesting. So it grows like dragonfly wings, this person, this symbol of this person. There's an ache too here in the wrist from holding on. There's an ache here from holding on. And I feel like this is actually you that's holding on too. It's like strange, like, you know, looking at yourself in mirrors, mirrors, mirrors. It's actually, this feels like you, Jackie, even though it may represent somebody external. This is actually feels like a part of you also that's holding on. So in some ways you're developing too the dragonfly wings at the back of your shoulders, but also this person that feels like it's clinging on, this energetic person. So it feels very much like looking through mirror, 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 and just seeing like a bunch of reflections going back. So this is the illusion, because the mirror is also a symbol of illusion. So there's something that seems very real that actually probably isn't, or it doesn't feel as, or it might not be as big of a problem as what you think, that sort of thing. So these wings have grown now, and this, let's say, this energetic being that's clinging on behind you at your shoulder blades. So the wings have now allowed this being to fly on its own. So actually now we can push these fingertips back off that windowsill of the back of your shoulder blades and get this being off now, the last of this last cling on energy. We can push this back, and then this being kind of falls back, but then realize that they've got wings, and they flap them and fly, and then fly off to the left, away to the left, and they're gone now. And I could feel this energy actually leave. It feels like something heavy, the remnants of something has actually dropped away, and even though it was heavy coming down, it was also heavy going forward. So I feel like there was something about this too that was potentially creating burden moving forward. It might have been something on your mind in regards to decisions that you're making about your future, that it was just sort of hovering underneath the surface. So that's cleared from the back, which has also helped clear the burden that you've been carrying towards your future. So that's actually cleared, and I feel like your whole body has pulled back now, because it felt like it was, I didn't realize till this moment, but it felt a bit heavy, like forward pulled, but now it feels very much pulling back, and like it's open. It's open through your back, open through your heart, because it's all connected to your heart. So your heart at the front feels open, your heart at the back feels open. In fact, it feels like these wings, these dragonfly wings. So it's like two sets of wings open up here at the back of your heart, at your shoulder blades. There's a tingling that's going through all your upper back and also down your arms. And then these dragonfly wings start to transform into butterfly wings. Butterfly wings that hold you up and hold you up. I feel like this is the key. They hold you up. It feels like upright. I don't feel you flying from these yet, but they're holding you upright, and they're wide open, but they're coming from the back. So this wide open heart and this beauty. I mean, the colours in these wings are just amazing and dense and opaque, rather than shimmery and iridescent like the dragonfly wings. These are opaque and really dense and bold colours, and just wide open here. So wide open heart. This is helping you stay up in yourself, and helping you keep your head up so you can see ahead instead of looking down. It's like seeing ahead. So there's this huge pulling open here in the upper part of your body, your head, you're from your heart up, really, that is helping you look up and look ahead. This feels very, very interesting. So you're ready to go, you're ready to see what's ahead, you're ready to feel what it's like not to have this burden. Feels good, feels really good. I trust that makes sense, Jackie. Let's grab a card to add here. And you might find this, because it's been quite deeply healing, you might find this takes a couple of days to settle. So just allow yourself to adjust to the new way without that burden energy and that cling on illusory energy too in some ways. Interesting. And you've got another healing energy cards, deck 1. Excellent. It's Truth, card 49. It's in the action category, so you're ready to Cut through the illusion with the sword of truth. Cut through the illusion and seek only the truth, your true path, your true calling, your true relationships, the true things in life that are not illusion or not anything other than truth. Your hurt and pain is illusion. It feels real, but it's not like the true path to follow. So the path of healing takes you towards the truth that moves you out of your hurt and pain and the wounds of the past. It says here, the sword of truth, strength, cut through the illusion and negativity, protection, courage, personal power, confront your issues and see the truth. So this is the sword of truth that you carry. And I can feel it here in your dominant hand, that you've now been given the sword of truth. You've cut away the illusion, and something I feel is being revealed. Something's revealed or is being revealed that's going to reveal to you what you need to do moving forward. But I feel like I see you sort of cutting the vines of illusion, almost like you're cutting down the vines in the forest, and you're making a path for yourself, a path of truth, and you hold this sort of truth, and it's truth all the way for you. And there's strength in that, a lot of strength and protection, because the truth is your protection. So it's very, very powerful. Thanks, Jackie. It's been very exciting to connect with. I trust that resonates, and thank you so much for your support. Namaste. Okay, so I'll be back next month for the personal healing event. If you're inspired to be a part of it, or if you'd like to continue, I would love to connect with you. Just have a look in the video description and become a patron if you're interested. I will be back tomorrow, same time, same place, for our planting the seeds for new beginnings. We do this healing event once a year in September. So I'm looking forward to that. I have garlic seeds to plant for the first time. So yeah, it might be a bit of evil warding off, something powerful in that too. So I will explore that over the next 24 hours and talk to you about it tomorrow. So I might see you tomorrow. If I don't, enjoy the rest of your day, and hopefully we'll connect again soon. So take care of yourself, and goodbye for now. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Jackie. Thank you.